Let's see. Awesome. Yeah, we're live. Hey, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. This is Jonathan with CaptainExperiences.com. I'm here with Captain LG Boyd of Quality Fishing Guides out of Galveston, Texas. How's it going, LG?
Oh, it's going pretty good down here. How about you?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Yeah, wish I was down there with you closer to the saltwater, but up here in Austin, we've got some pretty good weather too, so nothing to complain about. Cool. Yeah, just wanted to give you a chance to introduce yourself, where you operate out of, what kind of trips you do, and then we can dive into it from there.
All right. My name is Captain LG Boyd. I live out of Galveston, Texas, out of Galveston Yacht Basin, and mainly do bait fishing trips for trout and redfish.
Nice.
A little shark and tarpon fishing also.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we want to get into the shark and want to get into the tarpon as well because, seasons for both of those species are coming around too. I guess we can kick things off with, asking about the inshore. How have those trips been going?
It's been picking up all the time. The weather's been a little challenging here the last few weeks. These fronts keep pushing through and changes the winds up every day, and leaves the water kind of murky.
Yeah, you've still been managing to do pretty well. Seeing a lot of good pictures from you, some pretty sizable speckled trout, a lot of good redfish, that kind of stuff. What have you been catching lately?
We've been catching, a decent box of trout, and just some days the reds bite a little better than the trout. Just you fish for the reds, you might catch trout.
Yeah,
how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so within inshore fishing, especially in Texas, the big headline species are redfish and speckled trout. But some guides are kind of more redfish guides, some are more trout. Which would you say is your favorite?
Trout.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Why is that?
Well, they're just I think they're a little bit funner to target, and they try to get off a lot more. Jump out of water and all that stuff. And the redfish are fun too. They're just bullies.
Yeah. That's
kind of overpower you.
Yeah.
But the trout seem to school up a lot more, and so that's just kind of what I target.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, so you grew up fishing Galveston Bay, right? Can you talk about what that was like when you were learning to fish, and then how you became a guide?
Well, I grew up in the shrimp industry, and so my dad was a shrimper, and he owned that Boyd's Bait Camp down on the Texas City Dike. And I run shrimp boats and worked there pretty much all my life, and I kind of didn't like staying on land, so I started running this guide service there in the bay.
That's awesome. So, I mean, what are there any similarities you think between shrimping and guiding, or do you think they're pretty different?
Well, you got to interact with a lot more people guiding. Shrimping, you just you get paid for what you produce.
Right.
It's pretty much it's just a day fishing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, getting more into the trips that you offer, can you talk about that? The half day, full day, inshore, nearshore, jetty trips, all that.
Well, the half a day, it's basically a 5 to 6 hour trip, and it's pretty cut and dry. Most of the time, we can get it done in a half a day. Catch a limit of trout. But the weather's challenging and stuff. Sometimes it don't work out so well. But and some days it just if they're not biting too good, it takes a little longer to find them because they're not in the same place every day.
Definitely. Yeah.
Or the weather won't allow you to go where they are, and just the water gets tore up. So bait fishing, it'll throw some challenges at you.
Definitely, definitely. Well, so can you talk about the areas that you cover? Galveston Bay is so expansive. Are you just a West Bay guide, or do you do East Bay? How far north do you go?
I'll go as far as it takes. I'll range up in the Trinity, but mainly stay in East and Galveston Bay and then West Bay.
Yeah, perfect. Um, so those shark trips and those tarpon trips are coming up this summer. Can you talk about what those trips are like and what people can expect?
The shark trips are pretty much, just you're going to catch them. Every once in a while, we'll have a really tough day, but most of the time we can find those pretty quick and catch them. The tarpon, now, it's hard to do them on a half a day deal. You got to do the full 8 hours on that. It's a lot of running, and will run 20, 30 miles one way down the beach.
Wow.
And we normally fish within about 3 to 6 miles from shore.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for big areas of bait, and we'd like to see the fish before we start fishing for them.
Right.
Just if you really don't want to target just tarpon, we'll fish the bait, and then sharks, jacks, kings, and no telling what will be around these areas of bait. You try to find an area of bait about 10 to 50 acres.
Wow. That's crazy. That much bait?
Yeah, just once it calms down out there, that all them fish just push all that bait together.
Wow, that's got to be a sight.
It just strings on, and there's just wads of it.
Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, I mean, what's the best time of the year to go tarpon fishing in Texas?
Not strictly tarpon. Tarpon, it's August and September.
Mm-hmm.
August used to be really good, but seems to be over the past 5 years or so, our seasons have kind of changed.
Huh.
And it seems that August used to be a real calm month, and it's real successful. But here, the last few years, you just don't get those calm days. And to have a really good trip on tarpon fishing, you either need to know exactly where they're at or have it calm where you can find them.
Right. Yeah. Well, so I was just speaking with another tarpon guy out of Galveston, and he was saying that the best time is, the last week of July, first week of August. So I guess you kind of think September is the real hot month.
The last few years, it has been.
Really? Yeah, that's really interesting.
Now they'll come through here. They'll start coming through here, at the end of this month and then the next month. I mean, we've caught them real good, and you'll catch them real good. But they're traveling mainly east, and they're only here for a day or two.
Wow. Yeah.
And then the weather's got to cooperate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so how big do they get? What's your kind of average tarpon that you're catching out of Galveston?
Most of them are about 90 to 120 pounds.
Wow.
And every once in a while you'll hook a bigger one. Mike LaRue, I think he has the state record, which was caught a couple of years ago.
Right.
140 pounds, which is a really big one.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, so what would you say is unique about fishing out of Galveston?
Well, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah. The fishing's good. I mean, there are all these different species. Ricky here's tuning in, and he says he needs to get a tarpon under his belt. Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's just so tough. I mean, what I would recommend is that people book a probably 2 days, or 3 days, right, to really have a good shot, or just kind of let us know if you're looking for a tarpon, and we can kind of keep you on speed dial for when our guides like Captain LT are spotting them, right?
That's correct. You just really gotta play the weather. Now some years they show up in areas where they're there more consistently, and you can catch them every day.
Wow.
But, it hadn't been that way for a few years here in Galveston. And we've had really wet years, and the rainfall really has a lot to do with where they're at and the clarity of the water and all that.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say makes your trips different than, some of the other guides or some of the other experiences out there?
Well, I really don't know what they do, but you just try to have a fun day and try to put them on some fish.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, what would you say, you cater towards, or is it experienced expert anglers, fishing artificial for trout, or is it, groups with kids who want to have a good day, catching bull reds at the jetties? Can you talk about that?
And I try to do whatever the customer wants to do. If they want to do whatever, I earlier, say pre 2017, I used all lures.
Yeah.
But I've kind of eased up on that. We kind of overfished on the trout a little bit, and the rainfall just balled them all up, and we put the hurting on them, and the bay hasn't really rebounded yet. We've had some other things, Harvey and what natural disasters.
Right.
And we've been under 5 years of extreme floods, and it just makes the bay pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Let's see. What's it like for you when you put somebody on their first fish or a big fish?
Well, it's rewarding.
Are you one of those guides that that says I like to put clients on fish more than I like catching them myself, or can you not lie like that? You like catching them more?
I like to catch them too. Don't get me wrong. But I like to put the boat on top of a big school of fish.
Yeah.
We're catching them real good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's your best memory as a guide? Is there one or a few that stick out for you?
Not really. I had quite a few. So
yeah, just every day out there. Yeah, that's awesome. Why do you think what you do is important?
Well, it's just getting people out there and getting me a paycheck.
There you go. Not gonna sugarcoat it. That's exactly right. Good stuff. Can you describe your boat?
I have a 25-foot Boston Whaler, and I run a 300 four-stroke Yamaha.
Nice. Yeah, good stuff. So you can get there fast. Let's see. I mean, lately, would you say the afternoons have been fishing better than the mornings, or mornings or afternoons?
Man, it switches back and forth. For the most part, the past month or so, the incoming tide, I think we've had a little bit better bite on them, but we've had a few days the outgoing tide.
Yeah.
But just it changes all the time, and you really watch the tides a lot more than what we had in the past.
What? Sorry, what was that?
You have to watch the tides and kind of fish more of the tides.
Huh.
Just when there was a lot more fish, several years ago, and you could always peck on them, but
yeah,
they seem to be a lot more finicky.
Yeah.
And tide driven, and which they always have been, but
yeah, no, that's interesting. Cool. Well, yeah, now we want to get into some of the rapid fire questions. So with these, you just kind of ask whatever comes to mind. What's your favorite body of water to fish?
East Bay.
East Bay? Why's that?
There's a lot of structure, and just seeing the fish school up good where you can get on them.
There you go. Good stuff. If you had to be doing something different, what would it be?
Fishing of some sort. I really like marlin fishing or offshore fishing. It's just getting a little older, and the body, it's just a little harder on.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, Donald here says he loves East Bay too, so that's awesome stuff. Let's see. Do you have a nickname, and if so, how'd you get it?
Not really.
Just LG. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have a favorite song or band right now?
No, not really.
Not really. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite movie?
No, I don't watch too many movies.
That's good stuff.
Mainly out fishing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. What's your favorite food? You eat, right?
Yeah, that's probably too much.
What's that?
I like some fried fish or shrimp.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. You got a drink of choice?
Well, I don't drink any alcohol anymore, but
Uh-huh.
I used to have beer too.
Nice, there you go. Good stuff. Favorite
Probably too many.
What's yeah, you and me both. What's your favorite sports team?
Sports team. I guess Houston Texans.
Nice, good stuff. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I don't know. See under the water.
There you go. Yeah, easy. What was your last Halloween costume?
Man, I don't know. A stripper, I guess.
What do you want for Christmas?
Another Christmas.
There you go. Good stuff. Can you name one of the seven dwarfs?
No.
Oh, that's awesome. How many pull-ups can you do in a row?
Not very many.
50,
I
60?
haven't updated that lately. Probably a couple.
Good stuff. What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Well, what kind of fish? Like
Any total.
a marlin, 675.
Wow. Where was that?
Out of Freeport, Texas.
No way. That's awesome. That's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's really all we had for you. I see you're wearing your Down South Lures hat. Can you talk about what kind of lures you prefer when you're fishing with artificials?
Yeah, I pretty much use Down South and just on the soft plastics.
Yeah.
They're real durable and they got a lot of action and fish seem to like them.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite you can throw out there, or you just kind of mix it up?
What?
Do you have a favorite Down South lure that you use that's like your go-to?
Yeah, I like the Chartreuse Flash.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one. The Glow Chartreuse is also real good.
Nice. What about like rods and reels? Can you talk about what you use out there?
Yeah, I use hook spit.
Yeah.
I myself use the El Diablo.
Nice.
And it's a light action rod. It's well built. They're built there in League City.
Nice. Yeah. Always good to stay local. That's awesome.
And yeah, and then I use Shimano's and a few Lew's.
Nice. Good stuff. Awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to touch on? Anything else you think we need to hit?
No, just this whole weather needs to straighten out. Get us into the next pattern here. These keep pushing through, and before long they'll start losing a little power and stalling out before they get here, and we can have a consistent wind.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that comes through in the next few months as we roll into June. Good stuff. Well, yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody who tuned in. You want to give a shout out to the troops, armed forces, that sort of stuff, first responders, everyone who's working hard right now.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for all y'all's hard work and all this Corona stuff, the healthcare workers, and they have a tough job, and I feel for them.
Yeah, definitely. Can you touch on some of the things that you've been doing to kind of protect against the coronavirus in terms of washing down your boat and the rods and reels?
Well, I always use a lot of bleach. I always have, and just to kind of washing the rods and reels down with a Clorox solution.
Yeah, perfect.
We get in, and just it's hard for that kind of stuff to live in my boat if you wash it down with a lot of bleach.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Some people say it washes off the wax. I say, yeah, well, something might grow on there that's a little stronger than wax.
Yeah, pick your poison. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Well, cool, LG. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for taking the time, and we'll have to do it again soon.
All right, very good.
Awesome. Hope to see you
down there when we don't have a hurricane.
Yeah. Let me know. I'm always ready to drive down and hop in the car. So yeah, we'll have to do it again soon.
All right. Very good.
Yep. Take it easy.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.